Nice to meet you, Ruby. Nice to meet you, Mike. And congratulations on the film.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
I gotta say, I also saw you recently, Ruby, in another film. It's drawing a blank. Oh my goodness, you played. Uh, it's gonna come to me in like 3 hours. It just came out like a month ago. Um,
I
oh
love that.
my God.
I just did
Anyway,
this to Mike earlier, so now I
yeah,
totally can.
yeah, no, it's. I'm gonna wake up in a cold sweat, being like, "Oh my goodness, this is what I was trying to say earlier." But nevertheless, we're here to talk about Silent Night, Deadly Night, and first and foremost, congrats on the film, but also what a wild swing. And my first question for you both is, what is your relationship to the original film?
Um,
I
yeah,
fell into the original film after reading Mike's script, actually, so I was a little bit late to the party.
Okay, what about
yeah,
you, Mike?
yeah. I mean, I didn't actually see the movie until much later in life, but like the poster was something that was very, it left an impression on me when I was, 4 or 5 years old, at the rental store. So seeing that case, seeing that poster was a big deal, and never in a million years did I think that I would be doing my version of this movie at this point in my just at all. Like when the opportunity arose, I was like, well, yes, I gotta go for it. Like I'm gonna swing. I'm gonna swing hard. I don't want to strike out, but fuck, here we are.
No, I actually I saw the film at Fantastic Fest during the secret
Good.
screening that happened earlier this
Nice.
year. So I saw it in the prime environment to see a movie where you're with genre heads who are looking forward to something. Everyone had such a good time with it. I think my favorite quote was "They made Billy woke," and I loved every second of that. Um, but I also want to, Ruby, your kind of your role in the film is, you're a new character almost to this kind of Silent Night, Deadly Night lore, and I wanted to know a little bit more about how you developed the rapport you have with Rowan, because so much of the, I think, magic of the film is the relationship you have with Billy and how your two characters kind of find a little bit of yourselves in each other. So, how did you all
Yeah.
develop that kind of rapport to have such a strong relationship on screen?
Rowan was so gracious with his time, and it really came very naturally because if we weren't on set, we were running lines relentlessly and creating little backstories and, talking about where do you think she would have done that, and just kind of throwing ideas out there on a constant basis. And from that, there just was so much laughter, Matt. I've never laughed more with a co-star. So I think that that's where the chemistry that everybody has been complimenting us came from, is just this relentless and amazing amount of work that was put in all the time. And if it wasn't us, it was always with Mike. And Mike in himself is such an excited human being too. So it's just a lot of happiness.
I
A
mean,
lot of
that's
happiness. Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
heard from so many folks that being on a horror film set is the kind of the opposite of what it is to actually like what you see, and that you tend to have a lot more fun. It tends to be a lot more jovial, a little bit more levity. So
Yep.
I love that that's the environment you all had, because also the film is a lot of fun. Like, I think in contrast to the original, it kind of leans into some of the absurdity of the situation, but it also has a lot of fun with it. A particular particular holiday party scene always just so good. But I'm
Uh,
wondering, kind of from your perspective, Mike, when you were going through and trying to recreate this, was there anything that you kind of felt was non-negotiable? Like, these are the things I have to put into this or I have to depart from?
um, I would say, first of all, it needed to feel like its own. It needed to feel like an original movie. I did not want to go the route. I didn't want to go as bleak as the original, and I made that very clear up front when I pitched. Um, I wanted to have something that was a little more raucous, a little more, fun. And I wanted Billy to be like, to a certain extent, the guy that like we were cheering for. Even if we didn't know that we should be cheering for him right off the bat, it was gonna get to that point. And that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted it to be. Obviously, I wanted to bring in a little bit of some of the some like winks and nods to some of
Right.
the original in there, a couple of the kills and stuff like that. And then of course there's a couple winks and nods to like Black Christmas and so I was gonna have fun with that kind of stuff in there. But ultimately the biggest goal was I want to make Silent Night. I want people to feel like it's Silent Night, Deadly Night. But I also want them to walk out feeling like that was its own movie. Like that's an original movie. Like I wasn't expecting that. I'm surprised. That's where I want the fun to come from.
You succeeded, and I think spoke to Martin. Having spoke to Martin from Blitz Berlin last week about the score, he mentioned what a great collaborator you were on the project, and how fun it was to remix kind of like Jingle Bells into the score and stuff like that.
Yes.
So it really is such a fun holiday horror film, which we are getting more and more over time of, which I'm personally a big fan of. But
Yes.
for you both, do you have a favorite holiday film, horror or not, that you always go to every single year?
I love Home Alone and Gremlins.
Oh, both good.
I mean, it's kind of the same. It's the same answer. I mean, but so yes, absolutely those two. But I would say that it would also be Elf and Black Christmas, the 74.
Silent Night,
Okay.
Deadly Night will be on my list for the rest of time after this year.
I mean, it's honestly it's one that I think is going to be on a lot of people's mind included. It's going to be going right alongside the original. I
Yes.
don't really need to worry too much about the sequels, except the fifth one with Mickey Rooney. That's the only one that matters. But this will be going right alongside it because it's Mike. You've accomplished something that I think it's very difficult to do, which you've taken an existing franchise and you turn it into your own thing. Ruby, you've given us a character that is not only someone you want to root for, but it also feels like a perfect kind of counterpart to Rowan's character and Billy. So I think everyone's going to enjoy it on the 12th when they go to get to see it in the theaters. I hope that this not only kind of gives you the chance to explore more genre work as you've been doing so far, but also maybe even do a sequel. Would love to see, you all come back to do another too. So who knows? We don't know,
From
but
your lips to Mike's ears.
yeah, and hopefully to some studio executives' checkbook. So
Yeah.
um, but Ruby and Mike, this has been so wonderful. Apologies on my tardiness but before, but I hope that you've had a great press day. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. And again, congratulations on the film. Congratulations on a great year for you both, and looking forward to whatever 2026 has to bring.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much. Happy
Sarah.
holidays.
Happy
Yes.
holidays.
Happy
Nice to meet
holidays.
you both.
Thanks, Matt.
Take care, everyone.